Sometimes people disappear.
Vanish without a trace.
Just.
This sounds like a opening to a great movie.
We're going to talk about a couple disappearances throughout history that we...
Is it history or just people who have disappeared? Is yours old?
Not super... Well, kind of old.
Mine's
It's kind of
not.
old. Yeah, 1925.
Oh, yours is old.
100
So
years
it
ago.
is throughout time. So
Yeah.
we're going to talk about some true crime disappearances. Ready?
Let's go.
Let's go. Jello, I'm Ash.
And I'm Lynn.
And this is Only If You Can Keep Up. I think one of the things that drives my brain crazy that it's like I feel like I need to itch my brain, but I can't. You know the feeling? Is disappearances. How the fuck do people just disappear?
Just vanish.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How is that how is it a thing?
Yeah.
We live in, especially today. Today people disappear still.
Yeah.
And we live in a world where once you leave your house, there's a camera on you.
Right?
I mean,
somebody can see you somewhere.
Stop signs, streets have cameras, stores have cameras.
A lot of houses have cameras now, so
Exactly.
you're
Ring
most likely
cameras.
going to be picked up somewhere at some angle.
Some people can just poof,
Yeah.
and you never fucking see or hear from them again.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about them. Yours is older, you said, so I think that means you should go first, because mine is a lot newer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We got some variety here.
Yeah.
So I chose to dive in a little to Percy Harrison Fawcett. He was a British geographer, artillery officer, a cartographer, an archaeologist.
He was a fancy man.
Yeah, and
Fancy
an
pants.
explorer of South
Okay.
America. So with the cartography, he drew maps. He made maps. Expeditions were his thing. So, and he was, being an artillery officer, he did a tour duty in World War I, top secret gig as a spy in Morocco. So he was well trained. He knew how to go out. He knew how to prepare. He knew what to do.
How does one become all of this? I mean, obviously you don't know, but it's just how
Especially
does this
back
one
then.
human in the 20s
Right?
become all of this?
Yeah.
The ambition this fucker had.
Yeah.
To be all these things.
Because this is 100 years ago, right? He
Literally.
disappeared in 1925. So almost 100 years ago. How nowadays that's hard to be that many things.
To be one of
as
those
one person.
things.
Yeah.
What'd you say? Cartographer?
Yeah.
No thanks.
Who's I'm going to just do expeditions and draw maps. And
Do people still go on expeditions?
I believe so.
I fucking hope so.
I would think so.
I hope
because
you're out there on
they
an expedition
still-
right now.
I mean,
That'd
they
be awesome.
still explore and discover new
Yeah,
places
sure.
and things. Someone's got to be drawing maps
Right,
of
right,
those, right?
Okay, yeah.
So he literally made maps. So he taught people how to explore places. But he did half a dozen map making expeditions to the wild of the Amazon. So he's been out there.
In the Amazon jungle?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So he, obviously he's done the uncharted territory. He's been in the thick of it. He's been out there with the animals and the mosquitoes and the chaos. It's not like he's new to this.
I'm going to say it now, a jaguar ate him. I don't even know the story.
That's one of the theories.
But something ate him.
It is one of the theories.
Go ahead.
So in 1925, during an expedition to find it was an ancient lost city he believed was there, he called City of Z. He believed it existed in the Amazon rainforest. He called it the last great blank space in the world. So he ventured out.
In the 20s.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. He got no clue.
He doesn't know.
Yeah. So he had ventured out into uncharted territory, Brazil, Bolivia. I mean, he had been out. He dodged poisonous pit vipers. He made contact with hostile native tribes.
I feel like I've seen this movie before.
Out. So he actually was, I think, inspiration for a couple different things. I want to say.
I was going to say, I have so seen this movie before.
Yeah, I want to say Indiana Jones was based off him. I'm thinking there was a couple things. Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. The Lost World and Indiana Jones. I'm pretty sure both of those were kind of
and that's probably
inspired
why I feel
by
like
him.
This is a movie. Okay,
yeah. So real life dude, but I mean, he'd been out there. He'd done all the shit.
Obviously.
So he took his son Jack with him. Normally, I think he would take a big crew with him, but this time he just took a couple close people and his son Jack, who's 21 years old. He's out on his expedition, whatever. He sends a letter to his wife Nina. And it says, Jack is well and fit. He's getting stronger every day. You need no fear of any failure. So he had high hopes, high expectations that things were going well.
Right.
That was their last word.
Did you say where this expedition was?
the Amazon.
Okay,
near,
this was another Amazon.
Yeah, this is his last one. Was the Amazon. I want to say, I think this was part of Brazil. Mato Grosso. I'm probably saying that wrong. An unexplored part of Brazil.
So this is the Amazon.
This is his last adventure.
This is when he was going to find the city he thought existed.
Yes.
Correct. Okay.
And he, I guess, had previous expeditions.
Just him and his son.
Yeah. Well, that's how it ended up. It sounded like he maybe sent the rest of the guys off, and him and his son decided to go out.
Maybe it was like, I believe this is here because you know this motherfucker's smart.
Yeah.
He's like, and I don't want people
he's
to...
thinking if I find treasure or
Exactly.
something.
I don't want people to take anything I find or my credit or...
Yeah. He's probably like, I know I'm getting close, so you guys go. Like, we got this. You go on home.
And he probably didn't even, like, tell them that's exactly what he was doing kind of thing. Okay, right.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like. He sent the rest off, and it came down to just him and his son. But
how can you just be in the Amazon jungle with just you and let's restart that. How can you just be in the Amazon jungle
in general, like
period?
Yeah,
like,
but I guess this wasn't his first expedition out there. Like,
obviously, he made maps of it.
Yeah, because he'd had expeditions there trying to find the city. They failed in the past due to poor weather or fever, exhaustion, different things. So he'd been through it. He knew what to expect. This could go wrong. This could go wrong. I'm going to prepare for this. Finally, he was 57 years old when he went out on this one. He had to secure the funding, but he really fully believed this city was out there, and he was confident, But so they went. That last letter was the last they'd heard from him. They went 2 years with no word. He just disappeared. His son, they just gone. But they said he was last seen alive, I assume by the guys that were with him, on May 29th of 1925 at a place known as Dead Horse Camp. It's somewhere in the Mato Grosso region of Brazil. But that's all they know. They all, still to this day, almost 100 years later, they have no idea what happened. But yeah, there's theories. Maybe a jaguar attack. Maybe some kind of parasitic infection, starvation, drowning. I mean, there's malaria. There's all kinds of things. A lot of people think he came into contact with indigenous tribes, like hostile tribes.
I feel like anytime something happens in the Amazon, they're like, it was tribes.
Yeah.
But
he had dealt with them before. He had been in this region before.
Yeah.
And
I'm going to say an animal because... Did they search for him?
It sounds like they did.
Right.
But also, I don't know that a lot of people knew what they were doing out there. So,
but I mean, the men that had last seen him could be like, he was here.
Yeah.
Let's do a broad...
I assume they at least searched that area.
Right.
But
for like tracks or like blood or, you know what I mean? Anything.
Something. Of course, back then, I don't think they had the resources and tools we have now, of course.
But they could have had better with their own, like, not... like man-made stuff.
That's true too.
Like,
yeah.
I'm going north.
True.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Like that kind of stuff. I would never be able to do that. I don't even know what north is still. Like, I don't know. So
the wind and stuff. It's not, I mean, there's all kinds of, But another theory is a lot of people thought he dabbled in mysticism.
What is that?
Just like spiritual woo-woo stuff. Like stuff I do,
Mysticism?
Like a cult type stuff.
I've never heard it called that.
The mysticism?
I've heard the word mystic, ma'am, but not mysticism.
Yeah, like the occult, that stuff like that.
That is a word.
Some people think he vanished on purpose and set up some type of occult commune in the jungle, but no one would know to find him.
Why do people come up with these fucking theories? Right? That is insane.
Why would he leave his family and like just
why would he leave his wife?
Out there?
Why would he only have his son? You know what I mean? Like, I don't...
Like, I found all this stuff. I'm just going to live here forever.
I think it's one of those things where back in the day, we don't have anything to entertain our brains.
Yeah.
So we are going to come up with the most unlogical thing that could possibly happen. Question, is aliens a probability?
I think so. It wasn't mentioned, of course. It wasn't mentioned, but,
so.
It could be. And it could be maybe...
It's just...
You've got the Amazon, all this uncharted, all this unexplored area. Maybe I'm fuck portals. So who knows?
Oh my
Go by the portals.
I'm just saying, we're in the 20s. We don't have anything for our brain. Did you hear about old man? What was his name? Percy. Old man Percy went missing in that jungle. I swear I saw a spaceship that night. You know what I mean? Shit like that. Instead of the logical answer, which is he fell off a cliff.
Yeah.
He succumbed to the elements.
But both of them.
Okay, you're in the fucking Amazon jungle.
True. So much could happen.
Alone
Animals
with
could
one
have
other
just
human.
eaten every piece of them. And then you've got the thought of like nobody knows where to look.
Well,
anyway,
okay, then go into one of them gets sick with malaria or something from a fucking mosquito bite. The other one goes to find help, gets lost, he dies, and then that one dies of malaria. There are so many logical explanations. It is such a beautiful thing that as a human race, our brains come up with.
They want something more interesting than what?
Mysticism.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yep. Like they come up with he was part of the occult or an alien took him, which I'm sure in the 20s we didn't. Aliens were not
as big of a deal
topic in the Amazon jungle. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying our brains.
Yeah. I don't know. I thought it was cool because he was the inspiration he was such a cool guy in general. Like he did so much and like back then
had some ambition,
to be the inspiration for so many things, and then the fact that he'd been out there so many times and there's just no trace, and I don't know.
I feel like you could probably go to the Amazon jungle 300 times, know everything about it. You could map the entire thing, know where you're going, and on the 301st time you go, you'll die.
True.
You know what I mean? Yeah. That place is such
like Jumanji.
We've talked about it in a few other episodes. Like, it's such a fuck.
Yeah.
Like, you can step in a hole, twist your ankle, become septic,
dude, maybe
and die.
Maybe you went in a fucking sinking sand or something.
There's so many.
Could be anything.
There's so many things that can happen.
So really,
out there.
It's not that strange or far fetched.
It's cool.
Yeah,
like it's interesting. Cool. I've never heard of that one, so that's pretty cool.
I just wanted one that wasn't gruesome, I guess. But
I wanted to stay out of the okay. Don't listen to mine then.
Well, I figured you'd cover that.
Actually, listen, mine's not gruesome. There's like no blood at all in mine, which is like holy shit. Is she good? Is she okay though?
Well, I figured you would pick something like that, so I tried to do something a little different. But mine's kind of boring, so
it's not though. Amazonian things are fun.
Yeah.
Not really. I don't want to go. Don't take me there.
No, I don't think I want to go either.
I don't want to go at all. I'm good, really.
No,
okay, so I did, not anything like that. Is that okay?
Perfect.
I know it is. Okay, we're going to go from 1925, I'm pretty sure you said, right?
Mm-hmm.
To 1992.
Oh, yeah, that's much more recent.
We're crawling just a little bit. Just a little bit. This case is called the Springfield Three.
Okay.
That is what
I've heard of this.
See, I think I have this memory. When I started researching this shit, you know how we've talked about like the memory, you hear or you see something and it's like boom, you're back where you were.
Yeah.
I started researching this and I was like 12 years old sitting on my grandma's couch. And I'm like, what has happened? Why do I feel this way? Yeah. I probably watched this as a child.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like things about it, or you know what I mean? It was on several TV shows, too. So, I mean...
Okay, that's probably why I remember. Like, I don't remember details, but I remember hearing about it.
I'm going to go ahead. There's a lot of names in this. Not a whole bunch, but a lot to where you kind of could get confused. So, I'm going to name the victims first.
Okay.
Just so we kind of know who they are. Stacy McCall. She was 18 years old. Susie. Her actual name was Suzanne, but she went by Susie. Streeter. She was 19 years old. And Cheryl Levitt, who was Susie's mother. She was 47 years old, and she worked, she was a single mother, and she worked as a popular cosmetologist. Like, a lot of people went to her to get their hair did.
Yeah.
Back in this day. So, Stacy, Susie, and Susie's mother, Cheryl. These are the women who have disappeared without a fucking trace, and we don't know. Okay, are we ready for their story?
I'm ready.
Okay, the girls had just graduated high school at Kickapoo High School in Springfield, Missouri. Kickapoo High School. I wish I went to a high school with the name of Kickapoo, because that is so cool.
I wonder what their mascot was.
A bird?
A poo.
I feel like Kickapoo is a bird.
I know that.
No, I don't.
A cockapoo. Cockapoo is one of my favorite birds.
Oh, well, Kickapoo High School.
It's like a parrot owl. Cockapoo. They're really cool. Look them up. They're really cute. They're fucking cute.
This is random.
And they're like really endangered. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. You go ahead.
You go ahead.
I mean, I can talk more about the cockapoo if you want.
Their graduation was on June 6th, 1992. And they planned on partying all night. They just graduated high school. One's 18, one's 19. These girls are not young. They're technically legally adults.
Yeah.
They planned on partying all night long. And then the next morning, they had plans to go to the Branson White Water Park with their friend Janelle.
Oh.
So graduation was on Saturday. We're going to go party tonight and go to the water park with our buds tomorrow.
Okay.
That was our plan.
Branson, Missouri. I've been there. It's cool. It's really cool.
I've never been there. Their first stop that night was Janelle Kirby's house, the friend they were going to the water park with. They went to Janelle's house to get ready to go out to party. So these three girls, Janelle, Stacy, and Susie, they were a trio of three out on the town. Just a normal high school graduation night. Yeah. You know, I mean, I don't think I partied, but I know a lot of people did. I think I went. I'm pretty sure I went to bed
early, so I didn't even go to the graduation. I had them send me my diploma in the mail. Right. So I was like, bye.
This is very normal. They actually carpooled together. They rode together. They went to 2 different parties, had fun. They ended up at a girl named Michelle Elder's house.
Okay. Was she an elder or was she there? I'm just being stupid. Sorry. I'll quit interrupting.
This party was actually broken up by the police at 1:50 a.m. for noise complaints. Okay. It was just too loud. These kids were just getting too rowdy. I did not read anything that said they were drinking. I did not read anything that said they were drunk, anything like that. So I'm assuming you're at a high school party. Yeah. There was drinking, but there was no... The party was broken up because of sound complaints, not because of extreme people going crazy and, whatever. Stacy, Susie, and Janelle went back to Janelle's house because that's where they were supposed to stay the night. And then the next morning, get up and go to the water park, correct? Like, right? Mm-hmm. Correct. Are you there? You weren't.
I'm listening. I'm thinking.
You were zoned.
I'm really thinking about what could happen.
It's nothing. Nothing happens. Like, literally, it's crazy. Okay. They got to Janelle's house and they had realized that like every member of Janelle's family was there from the graduation, like staying the night. And the girls were like, yeah, we're not going to do that. We're going to go ahead and go back to Susie's house because nobody's there. Yeah. It's just too many people at the house. So Stacy and Susie decided to go back instantly. This is going to be a no for me. Like, they pretty much said you can sleep on the floor in the bathroom. Like, there's no room. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't the bathroom, right. But like the couch was taken, all the beds were taken. There were people on the floor in the living room, right? And Janelle stayed home. She just stayed home and said, "Okay, see you tomorrow, boo boo." Later, Janelle's mother actually told the police that she did hear the girls leave. She heard them each get in their individual cars because they all met there. They got in their cars and they're like, "I'll see you back at Susie's house. Okay, bye. I'll see you back at your house, I guess. Okay, bye." So Janelle's mother heard these girls.
Okay.
She heard them. Stacy and Susie were supposed to meet them at 8 a.m. the next morning back at Janelle's house. They're supposed to go home and sleep for 2 hours. It was 1:50 when the party got broke up. So about 2 o'clock in the morning, sleep for 5 hours, 6 hours, because you got to get ready for that shit,
Got to get rested up for the water park.
Right. Okay. So the next morning at 9 a.m., Janelle and her boyfriend, Mike Henson, went to Susie's house because the girls never showed up. They never showed. She called. Nobody answered. She went to check on her buds because they never showed up. She kind of assumed they slept in, because teenagers. But all 3 cars were in the driveway. The mother, Susie's, and Stacy's car were all 3 in the driveway. So, like I said, she just said, they slept in. I'm going to go wake their asses up. Fuck these bitches. You know what I mean? When they got to the porch, they had realized that the glass dome on the porch light was shattered, but the light bulb was still perfect.
What?
And it was not on. So the dome around the light was all over the ground, but the light bulb was perfectly fine. Weird as fuck. Mike actually found a broom, leaned it against the porch, decided to sweep it up in a little dustpan and tossed it into the yard. Tossed all the glass into the yard because Janelle was barefoot.
Oh.
Because people didn't wear shoes back then, apparently. Like, because I've saw other stories where people are barefoot. Huh. Honestly, I don't wear shoes a lot. I have literally drove all the way to Walmart and realized I don't have shoes on. You
got almost to my house once and said you didn't have shoes 100%.
on. I'm not kidding. Like, shoes are not winter shoes are on because it's cold. But she just didn't have shoes. They were also going to a water park.
Yeah.
So this is also the 90s. This is not today. So everything's different. You have to remember that. The police later said that this potentially actually destroyed evidence innocently. He was not, he had nothing to do with anything. He was with Janelle all night. Yeah. Like, he talked to her. He wasn't with her. He had spoke to her. His parents said, yes, he was home. We saw him. We talked to him. So he had nothing to do with this. He just didn't want his girlfriend to get blood.
Yeah.
To get cut, They knocked several times. No one answered. So they actually realized the door was unlocked. They opened the door and screamed because, I'm not just going to, walk up in someone's house. Yeah. But this is, once again, the 90s. So we kind of did that shit. Yeah. So nobody answered. They went inside. The family dog was there, Cinnamon. She was really, anxious and agitated, which, I mean, if anyone but the owner walks in the house, I feel like any dog is going to be anxious or agitated. Like, I don't feel like that.
Yeah.
Really, I don't really think that's a thing. When she was inside, she realized nothing is out of place. It looks like they just ran to the market. Like, she did find a pile of, like, bags in the living room, like something you would take to your friends to stay the night.
Yeah.
Like, she found a pile of those bags. That right there is what they think. The police believe that is proof that they did make it back to her house. Because they have no...
Well, yeah, their cars are there.
Their cars are there, like, inside the house. Like, nobody kidnapped them from outside or something like that. Because all of their bags, their night bags, their makeup, their stuff to go swimming was right there in the living room, just placed. The weird thing is, though, there was also a bag of Cheryl's, Susie's mom, was sitting there, too, along with the girls' stuff. Susie's mom was not going to the water park. She had a bag of clothes there, also. It's weird. Like 3 bags with, like, stuff. Like, very interesting. Like, what? You know what I mean? Like, it's very weird. When they were looking around trying to, like, you know, be undercover detectives, like, what's happening kind of shit, the phone rang, so Janelle answered it. Mind you, these girls have been best friends for fucking years. Like, this is not just a new friendship. She has been in this house a million times, so answering a friend's phone is not weird, because I think some people would be like, why would you answer someone else's phone?
You're there wondering what's going on, answering the phone. You're not going to let it ring.
Right. So she answered the phone. It was a man making very sexual comments.
Oh.
So she hung up the phone immediately. And he called back immediately. Like, she hung it up and ring, picked it back up. He was doing it. This time he cussed her out because she had hung up. It's weird. Like,
Did they ever find out who that guy was?
No, that's very weird. But Janelle said she actually told the police that Susie had told her before that they had been receiving prank calls for a while.
Okay.
So she really didn't think anything
early
of
in the
it.
Morning and just...
Yes, 9 o'clock in the morning is when all of this, probably by the time we clean up the glass, 9:15, you know, whatever. But still, she just kind of thought nothing of it and kind of forgot to tell the police, but then later remembered and did tell the police. So what do you think that Janelle and Mike...
How do you forget that, though? Like, how is that not like a major
Cops
thing?
come and, like, bombard you.
That's
and
true,
it's
when
like,
you're overwhelmed.
All of a sudden, you're like, oh my God. But she did tell them.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, it did get told. So what do you think Janelle and Mike decided to do? Like, what?
Call the cops?
That's right. Like, that's what humans do. Like, my friends are missing. Their bags are here. No, they went to a local water park instead of driving to Branson.
What?
Like, that's what they did.
So they just went
They said,
went about
everything's fine here. Let's go. We already had this plan, so we're gonna go.
So they didn't think anything was wrong.
Absolutely not. I mean, this is an. I think she was 18. Maybe I didn't see her age. She just graduated high school. I mean, brain cells are good.
Yeah,
I'm just okay. So later that evening, Janice McCall, which was Stacy's mother, the third girl's mother, was starting to freak out.
Yeah.
She had not heard from her child all day. She knew she was going to Janelle's. She knew she was going to the water park, but it was like evening and like heard nothing from her daughter. She actually called Janelle's house because that's where she thought she was going to be. And Janelle's mom said that they didn't stay here last night because we had too much family. They stayed at Susie's house. Okay. That's the first time she learned her daughter was not there, like at Janelle's house. But once again, they just graduated high school. These are 18-year-old women at this point. Yeah. You don't have to call mom and tell her everything. So that's not really a weird situation. But anyway, she then called Susie's house and no answer at all. She calls it she calls it Susie's? She calls Susie house. Oh my gosh. Lisp is lisping today. She calls Susie's house like 5 times. Nobody answers. She gets concerned enough. She actually goes over there. She says, fuck this shit. I got to find my daughter. Something's wrong.
Yeah. And you'd think that Janelle would have called their houses too before going to...
Janelle's at the water park.
Right. But before leaving for the water park, think like, maybe she went home. I should call and check on my friend and see why they didn't show up.
I know people have their own reasons for doing their own things, but like, I think I've just seen too much true crime. I know exactly what I would do in any of these moments. Anyway, Janice got there. She noticed the thing was missing, but didn't see the glass. She noticed, she's like, that's weird, but whatever. She realized, she knocked, no one answered. Well, she realized the door was unlocked too. She walked out, she let herself in. Once again, different than now. Like, I don't even think people would do this now. Like, I'm pretty sure Janice, if we fast forward this to 2024, she would have not went to Susie. She would have just called the police.
Yeah.
Like, why?
Well, I will side quest.
A side quest.
One time, my neighbor lady, she's elderly, but she's badass. She was not home, and her brother was there trying to get in, and he was like, I'm worried about her. Like, where's she at? Like, concerned. Well, she wasn't answering. She had a cell phone. She wouldn't answer her cell phone. He's kind of freaking out, so he comes over and gets my husband, and my I get it. My husband is like, okay, I'll get the window open from the outside. So he opens the window.
And he hoists you in.
And I can't remember how this worked out. Somehow I ended up going in, and I realized her shower was all steamy, and her towel was there, and I could tell she had just left. That bitch, she had been getting over healing from something, and she went back to work.
And they just didn't know.
They didn't even know she's at work that day.
Oh.
And I was like, I don't know. My
So
point was,
don't call the police.
We didn't call the police first because her brother's like, it's okay, just open the window. She won't care. We just want to make sure she's okay. And we're like, we just broke into her house.
Yeah. Good thing she's a nice little old lady and didn't press charges. Well, technically they're breaking in. Even though the door's unlocked, they're walking into somebody's house that is not theirs. But still.
Yeah, the window was unlocked. So we pushed the window. I think that's what it was.
Yeah.
Or maybe, I can't remember, but...
Yeah.
We didn't think to call the cops because, one, we weren't too concerned yet. And then Anyway, go ahead.
I get your point.
So
totally.
depending on the situation and the person, I guess I wouldn't right away.
Right.
But, yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so Janice went inside the house. She looked around a lot more than Janelle did. Like, a teenager versus a whole-ass mama bear. Mama bear's like, the fuck is happening? My kid is missing.
Yeah.
Like, I'm looking the fuck around, okay? Like, she went through this house. Like... detective style.
Right.
Pretty much. You know what I mean?
Every detail. Figure it out.
Pretty much. She realized the beds were slept in. Like, the beds were messy, not made.
Goldilocks.
Like,
I'm just thinking of Goldilocks.
She did not sleep in the beds, I promise. She did not try each one. She just realized that. She went into Susie's room. There were used makeup wipes. Like, the girls had taken their makeup off from the night before. Their keys and jewelry were on Susie's dresser. So it's like they came in, cleaned up for bedtime. All of that stuff. She also found her daughter Stacy's clothes from the night before perfectly, pristinely folded, lying on the bed. Just lying there. And she also realized her daughter had forgotten her, clothes bag of, clothes at home. So all this girl had was a swimsuit. Nothing else. She realized, my kid has no clothes at this house. And I read where she could not fit into... Susie's clothes.
Right.
So it's not like I can borrow this because Susie was a very small person.
Yeah.
So she could not borrow Susie's clothes. So Stacy's running around in nothing but a bikini. I don't know. Or underwear. I really don't know. Or bra and underwear.
And there's at this point, no reason to believe there was forced entry.
Absolutely nothing. At this point, I don't even know what they're thinking because they're just, and their cars are in the driveway.
Yeah.
Okay. She went into Cheryl's room. All three of the girls' purses were in Cheryl's room.
Weird.
Yeah, with their keys. Their keys were in their purses. There was $800 in cash nearby Cheryl's purse. She had gotten paid and cashed her check. $800. Just sitting by Cheryl's purse. So it's not like they
left on their own accord because they would have the cash with them. They would have the keys with them.
You would completely think.
Something.
She, done with the bedroom. She went to the kitchen. And Cheryl and Susie were both... chain smokers. Okay. Both of them, Cheryl and her daughter Susie, were chain smokers. Their cigarettes were in the kitchen. Both of their packs of cigarettes were on the kitchen counter.
Yeah,
if you're a smoker,
doesn't leave without
you're not leaving your cigarettes.
Yeah.
Exactly, full packs, leaving them there. I don't know, but in my brain, that is when I would know something is wrong.
Right?
You know what I mean? Because
for real,
anyone's vice.
Yeah.
Okay, if it was today, if I saw someone's vape laying there and I can't find you, you're dead.
Right.
Because you don't have your vape in your hand. Yeah, I know you vapors. You have them constantly, and that's fine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's when it's
right. You would know
ding,
something's
ding,
wrong.
Something's wrong. Exactly. Janelle actually showed back up at the house, and after talking to Janice, what's going on? Why are the girls not with you? They're supposed to be with you at the water park, and blah, 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 blah. Janice finally decided to call the police. So we're finally calling the fucking cops. Finally.
Finally.
This is 16 hours.
Oh, wow.
After the girls were last seen.
That's that crucial time.
Last seen, though. So, like, 2 a.m. was the last time the girls were seen. Okay. So it is 16 hours after that.
Okay.
Visually seen. Obviously, we can tell they've been in this house. We can tell they took their makeup off. Their keys were there. They drove there, obviously. We can tell all of these things. But 16 hours since these girls were seen.
Wow.
Okay. The cops said, stay there. We're on our way. Like, they treated it immediately as, holy shit, this is weird. Which is fucking crazy. Yeah. Especially for 18-year-olds to be involved. Yeah. I think I would assume with my crime mind, the fact that Mama's missing too is the weird thing. Yeah. Like, if the two girls were just gone, okay, like, they ran away, off to do they graduated, just give them time. No, but Mama's with them. Right. She gone.
And given the situation, the details of it all, like, their shit's still there. Their cars are still there. At least the police treated it
instantly as like a holy shit. Okay. While waiting, Janice saw that they had a message on their answering machine, and her just thinking it could be them saying, oh, we're blah, blah, blah. Yeah. She hit play. It was a very strange message. She described it to the police, but machines in the 90s were a one listen and done. Some of them were. Yeah. We didn't have the ability to record and keep and all of that stuff. It was one of the machines where it was one and done. Yeah. After you listen to it, it automatically deletes. You only have space for like no messages. You know what I mean? So she did have to describe it to the police. And the way she described it, the police do not think it had anything to do with the phone calls before. Just the way she described it. But obviously they didn't hear it. They actually said that could have been a clue. But another thing that could have been evidence of some sort that got... It's all accidental. Like, not like she was just like, oh, maybe they... Last hope at this point, because your daughter, her friends, and her friend's mom is missing. Like, anything I can do, I'm going to do it. Which, she should have waited. She should have waited for the cops to play it. And when they walked in, she should have been like, there's a message. Can you please listen? But your brain don't think like that. Your child is missing at this point.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Right. It had been 16 hours, like I said. So that's a long time. So in these 16 hours, other friends and relatives had, like, tried to get a hold of Cheryl and Susie, and they couldn't. So they also came to the house. Like, the fuck's going on? So all these people are just, like, walking through the house. The police said 10 to 20 people ended up coming to try to find these people. Like, the crime scene was completely compromised. Yeah. Like, they got nothing from the house because of the amount of people coming in. Like,
all the footsteps.
Exactly. Like, seriously.
Skin cells and whatever
So
else.
Cheryl, the mother, had a doctor's appointment on Monday, June 8th, which is 2 days later. Stacy had work on Monday, and Susie had work on Tuesday. They never showed up. That is literally the end of the story. They're just gone. And once again, Stacy and Susie were last seen at 2 a.m. by Janelle when they left her house. Bye, buddy. I'm going, right? Cheryl was last heard from at 11 p.m. that night. She was on the phone with a buddy. Okay. She was talking to a friend about, like, revarnishing her floors. You know, just friend talk. You know, okay, love you, good night. Hung up. That's the last time anybody heard of her at 11 o'clock.
Wow.
That's it. There is no...
Other than they know they came home and took their makeup off. They know they closed, but they don't know what time. They don't know. So what are the theories on this? What's your theory on this?
I have no fucking clue.
I mean...
Because there was... that dog shake. He don't know either. There was no forced entry. There were no broken windows. There was no signs of struggle. There was no... And to subdue 3 women...
Right.
Like, this isn't just like, I'm going to slowly sneak in and take Cheryl in the middle of the night.
Right.
No. This is 3 whole-ass girls. Granted, they probably fell asleep pretty fast because that was a big day. We had graduation and we had some parties going on.
Right.
But, like, the fuck do you take 3 women...
Like,
no blood.
Obviously, the first...
There was not one drop of blood.
The first
they did the whole house.
Kidnapping or, taking them. But, there's no sign that...
The only thing I could think of is whoever it was had a gun to someone's head. You scream, I'll shoot her, get in the car. That, I mean, obviously, that's anything, especially in the 90s, especially... That's the only thing that could get 3 women...
Got them to walk straight to the car.
To just comply. To be like, okay, we hear you. And go get in whoever's car.
So the only things that are weird is, 1, the broken light fixture thing
Which
outside.
Is random, yes.
It's shattered, but the light bulb was fine.
Right.
Okay, so maybe someone shot... No, they didn't find bullets.
No bullets, like no marks, no... Absolutely nothing like that.
And the phone calls were very strange with the guy. Yeah. That early in the morning especially. Yeah. I don't know, but to never... And that's not like it was long, long ago. Like,
92.
The 90s, they couldn't figure that is so strange.
Okay, so I have a little bit more. On December 31st in 1992, so that same year, a man called the America's Most Wanted hotline saying he had prime knowledge about the case, but whenever they transferred him to the right person, he was disconnected. Like, he didn't hang up, the operator fucked up.
Oh, and that was that.
And he never called back. They had several suspects. They had ex-boyfriends. They had Cheryl's ex-boyfriends. They had, like...
So they kind of treated it as a kidnapping. Or
100%. Yeah. Every single one of them checked out. Lie detector tests were given. Alibis were given. Every single thing checked out. In 1997, a man... This is the closest they've ever gotten to anything, okay? In 1997, a man named Robert Cox was... he was in prison. Like, he was already in prison in Florida for kidnapping and murdering a woman. Okay, so this is 97, 5 years later.
Okay.
He is in prison. He actually told a journalist that came to, like, interview him about his murder that in Florida that he knew that these 3 women were murdered. They were buried, and the cops would never find them. They like, you know, she obviously called the police, did research. In 1992, he was living in Springfield, Missouri.
Oh.
He was living there at the time of these disappearances. 100% living there. He was interviewed by the police then too, for whatever reason. I don't know. It never said why they thought he was a suspect. He had to have some connection
to them for them to interview him.
Right. But the police said he was with his girlfriend at church, and his girlfriend said, absolutely, he was with me at church during this. Like, there's no way this could have happened.
Yeah, but if it happened in the middle of the night.
That's kind of what I thought. But anyway, so she backed his story up completely. Until they decided to re-question her in 1997, whenever, you know, he's like, oh, I was with her still. You know, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. She's like, no, he told me to say that. I did. I recant. Yeah. That is not what happened. But, so, obviously, we're going to look into this guy. They go to his parents, and they're like, he was home. Like, he does this. He lies. He was home with us. Both of his parents said he was home, so he did have an alibi. Bunny quote here.
Yeah, no.
Whatever. The police actually did believe that he just wanted some kind of fame for these killings because he had already kidnapped and killed one. And, you know, I could do this too. So let's get some fame up in here. He's already in prison. So, like, pass the time kind of thing.
There and was already questioned.
But he also told the police, I'll tell you everything that happens when my mother dies. That's another reason they're like, that makes absolutely no sense. You just want fame. Because media was on this fucker. You know what I mean? We're going to him. This was a huge thing. It was all over the news. Like, it was not small.
Yeah.
Like, at all. This is a big, big, big fucking deal. So they truly believed he's just like, I was there, I can tie myself kind of thing. That's it.
I don't know. I still think it was him. He probably was like, I don't want my mom to know the details, maybe.
I don't know.
I mean, if they question him, he lived in that area. He definitely had already done this. Like, he's done this before.
He was convicted for it.
And if they questioned him in the beginning, then he had to have some kind of connection to them. He had to have known them
to
even be questioned.
Yeah, I did not, there was nothing that said he had connection, like how they knew, how they did. I don't know if maybe he dated one of, I'm assuming Cheryl or something. I do not fucking know. Yeah. But in 1997... both Cheryl and Susie were legally declared dead. The family wanted closure, and so they pushed to get the closure of they're legally dead. But Stacy is not legally dead. Her family refuses to give up. Like, they're still searching.
Wow.
This case has been featured on, are you ready? 48 Hours, America's Most Wanted, Investigation Discovery, Disappeared, and People Magazine Investigates.
Wow.
5 different TV shows this entire story is on. There's been about 5,000 tips from the public. Some are crazy, obviously. Some aren't. They look into every single one, and every single one has been a dead end. It has been 32 years since this happened. Wow. And they have zero fucking clue of anything else. There's no other related cases in Springfield. There's nothing.
Wild.
So literally, poof.
Aliens.
It's always the fucking aliens,
that
though,
one
right?
makes more sense with aliens because it's it could vanish.
Pretty much.
No
like
sign.
I said, it had to have been somebody with a gun.
Yeah, I still think it was that guy.
There was one report of a big green van driving down the road, but then later they said no, there wasn't.
It's so weird how like all this exposure and all this focus on it, and they didn't get more details out of it. Nothing. It's very weird.
It. But they have nothing. Yeah. Those girls went to bed, were woken up before 8 a.m.
Yeah.
9 a.m. I guess they were already gone. So nothing.
Yeah.
Like everything was left. I don't know. Crazy as fuck.
I'd like to know that guy's connection with. I still think it's him, and I don't know how they didn't ever. How he was never.
Well, I'm sure there were more interviews than they put in the story. There was more they went on. Police, especially later, DNA on the house, because that fucker's got DNA in that house, I guarantee it. In some way, shape, or form. You had to turn a knob.
Right.
You had to bump into a wall. You had to touch a couch. So maybe that didn't match. It just wasn't in the stories that I had. So they discredit him. They truly believe he did not do it.
Crazy. Yeah, so that's way more interesting than mine.
Maybe when his mom dies, then he'll tell us all. Maybe not though. Maybe. I don't know.
So he's still in prison in Florida then?
He's still in prison in Florida, yeah.
And his mom's still alive 30 how long ago was that? 20?
I have no I'm assuming his mom's dead now because
so he needs to
they said he was 70 something now. So
someone needs to go re-question that motherfucker.
Well, maybe
now's
they did.
The time to spill it.
Maybe
buddy.
they did. And he was like, "I'm joking. I didn't see any of that." But like, yeah,
that's crazy though.
People disappear. It's fucking weird when it happens. Yeah. Like I can my beautifully big brain can get around like the house was trash. There's blood. You can tell somebody was taken from that fucking area.
Unless they left their door unlocked. There has to be some kind of
even
evidence.
Even give me a broken window or a door that's been kicked in. I understand what happened. Yeah. But for these fucking women to just another thing though
is weird too. I can't figure
the porch light thing is weird. And then another thing that's weird to me. Okay, granted, we're in the 90s. Maybe we don't lock our doors because we're in the 90s. We're not now. We're not scared of people. How did you get in? Like the door was not broken. Say the door was locked, how did he get in? Did he knock on the door at 3:00 in the morning?
And they opened it?
So
if it was someone they knew, maybe?
If they someone they knew, exactly.
Like a mom's brother, boyfriend, whatever.
Anything. They were just at parties. Was it someone from the party?
Right. Maybe one of them brought someone home. Who knows? Like they could have stopped and picked someone up on the way and
it's possible, took someone home. They didn't.
Yeah, who knows? There's so much, there's so many gaps there that's
it's weird.
It is really weird.
It's
that was a good one though. It's way more interesting.
Now
than
it's going to keep me up at night thinking about what the fuck. Yeah, I'm going to go with aliens. It's just always aliens. Okay, if you need to contact us for any reason, you can do so at onlyifyoucankeepup@gmail.com. Thank you.
Don't disappear.
Please don't. Bye.
I love you.